Hi, today I'm going to talk about Cloud Wanderers and how they can perform much better in Nightmare. Every now and then someone complains they are squishy and they are hard to keep alive. And yes, I will not argue that they are squishy. However, I believe most of the players are not using their skills correctly, or better said, most of the players are not aware of few things they should be aware when they're playing Nightmare. So we have four things. Number one is Ramford third skill. Ramford third skill. Okay. Without it, you are naked. You only think you have good gear, you have good medallions, you are strong, yada yada yada, and then some nasty damage dealer cuts in front of you, and before Ramford gets a chance to cast third skill, you get wiped, or you are all in red. So no, you are not strong, you are not have great gear, everything, forget it. You are naked. Before you cast Ramford third skill, or if you did it but it wears off, you are naked. Okay? So keep that in mind. His skill is so powerful, it does multiple things. Excuse me. Here it is. Not only he is decreasing damage you are taking, he gives you protection stacks that significantly reduce damage you are taking. But also he casts slowdown on all enemies. So if you don't have it ready in start of almost every round, we will get to it, you don't need it in every round, you can expect to be wiped. It's simple. There is no secret conspiracy, oh, they messed something, oh, they've nerfed something. Yes, they are nerfing things secretly from time to time, we know that. We saw what happened to our poor Sid during the summer. In the middle of the summer, he suddenly lost his immunity and became vulnerable to Bliss, which was not the case before, and we have recordings showing it. So yes, they are doing sometimes secret nerfs, but they are not doing it on a daily basis. They're not bored like that. So, oh, it's so boring today. We will nerf somewhere something in the Nightmare so players can have a hard time. No, it doesn't happen that way. It just feels different because sometimes you get smacked when you're not ready. You sometimes just get the hit because you're not ready and you are not aware that you are naked and that you are not ready. Okay, so that is number one. Ramford third skill. Second mistake, or let's call it something that you can be aware of, is buffs. Buffs are fuel for Cap Fey third skill. Now I'll explain what it means. Buffs are fuel. It makes his detonation much harder. So check this out. Oh, by the way, before I forget, we will just in a second we will be on Cap Fey. Before I forget, there is a trick you can use with Ramford. Let's say you played your round or entire node and you know that your third skill is not ready and you're expecting to be wiped in the next one. You can do something to save yourself and to save some healing kits. You can just go, let me see if I can show it. You can just go with fake theme. So you can pretend that you go let's say him, and team you will not use. What will happen? You will invest 10 energy and you will cycle through Ramford turns so he can get his skill ready. In worst case, opponent will kill him. So in worst case, you will lose 10 energy and you will lose 50 healing kits. That's it. Now you can compare that to what usually happens when you go into fight not being ready and then they wipe your entire team. So in that case you will also lose 10 energy, but along with that 250 healing kits. Okay, so if your Ramford is not ready and you know it and you know that you need it, we will talk about this later also, when sometimes you can get away with not being ready, but if you know that you have to be ready, this is the way how to make yourself ready. Very cheap way. 10 energy, 50k, cycle through his skills, he will be ready. That's it. Okay, let's move back to Cup Fei and feeding his skills. So most of the players, when they play with Cloud Wanderers, just use the skill. When the skill is ready, they use it. Ever is the worst example. When second skill is ready, most of the players think, oh, this is a good idea, we'll cast 2 healing buffs, we'll save ourselves. No, this is the worst idea. This is buff. This is precious buff. It is fuel for Cup Fei detonation. So, you don't need it. You don't need it. Certainly you don't need it on the start of the battle. You have shields up. You have control. You can control the wave with Roxanne third skill. You can control them with Ramford slow. You don't need heal so fast, so early. So, play basic. You can just play basic with Ever and save this skill, not as a skill that will give you healing buffs, which is nice, but as a buff that will empower Cup Fei to get the job done. So this is buff that will empower Cup Fei. Let's check what Cup Fei's third skill says. Damage is increased by 10% per unique buff on allies. So what is the idea? You control first round in the fight. Your skills are not ready, but you buff up at the end of the round. And then goes Cup Fei, and with the third skill, he smacks everyone. Preferably not all of them, but let's say majority of opponents are gone, and then you slowly finish that round without using Roxanne third, without using Ramford third, and you are ready. So for this to work, it's important to buff up properly. So let's remind ourselves what are the buffs. Astoria second skill is buff. Ramford third skill, okay, it is buff, but he is not a good example because we will save this. Astoria second skill is great buff for preparation. Ever second skill is a great buff. And even if we can somehow make it happen, Roxanne's second skill is a buff, and Roxanne fourth skill is a buff. But we'll talk more about this later because it is also a flying skill, and I have something special in mind for flying skills. So let's be aware that buffs, are fuel for Cup Fei. So you can skip entire round with him. He casts third skill, round is almost done. Now we are getting to flying skills. Flying skills are even more important. They are doing two things at the same time. Removing buffs. And pushing up Astoria turn meter. Okay. Again, we will take Ever as an example. So players, when they're playing with Ever, they're very happy. Oh, the skill is ready. Then they cast second skill. Ooh, next time the third skill is ready. They're very happy. They cast third skill and they are wasting the passive thing from those skills. So instead of using this third skill whenever, which you don't need, you can use it as flying skill with two purposes. Either you need to remove some nasty buffs from opponent. Let's say you need to remove Taunt from Ramfort so you can get your hands on other opponents. Or there is a threat on the field and you need Rush Astoria. Let's say, I don't know, Baron, Berserk, you killed Lucky, Baron is crazy, and now you need to do something about it. So with using flying skills, like Ever third skill, or like Roxanne fourth skill, you are pushing Astoria. You are pushing Astoria to get the job done. Where is it? Each time an ally uses a flight skill, Astoria initiative increases by 60. So, she is my best Cloud Wanderer, if we can call this, because this is my second account and I will present the fight with them later because it's more realistic with bad team. So she is the best in this account. She has OK medallion and she is the one, she will get the job done. So in order to use her properly, I make her the most powerful in this team and then I use flying skills to push her during the crisis. Whenever I need to rush, whenever I need to speed things along, I use flying skills to push her initiative and to make her play over and over and over and make her cycle through her skills faster and make her third skill ready over and over, and then I get double kill shot with this. You can see it's snowballing effect. So instead of just using flying skills whenever, use them with purpose. One, if you need to remove buffs from opponent. And second, if you need to hurry, if you need to push Astoria to play earlier, to play faster, to play more frequently, to get the job done. And then, for the last thing, we have planning ahead. So what it means? You don't just approach every node the same way. You just don't, if you play the same side or same line over and over, then you can practice and you can form strategy. And let me show you, for example, here. I know the main threat is in the second round. 2 Banshees. You don't know how many times I've heard Banshee has destroyed me. Like, they are insane. Yes, they are insane, they are crazy, but you can work around it. So in this case, this is the threat, even bigger one than the boss later. So you make sure you're buffed up here, that you are ready. You detonate with Cap Fei, third skill. You will almost instantly kill them all. And then you have to deal with second life of each Banshee. I will record another video. This is only theory video, and I will record another one with practice, because I don't want to do it all at once. If I messed up, if something goes wrong because I'm yapping, then I will have to delete the whole thing, and I'm lazy to edit. So yeah, this is the theory. Next video will be theory shown in practice. Okay, so this is the main thread here, and then when you come to the latest node, you will have round. You will have trouble only if Kapfei is dead. If he's alive, you will easily, with flying skills, remove Taunt from Ramford. You will approach to Theodore, kill him easy, yada yada yada. It's simple. Okay, so as you plan ahead, you have to be aware what is next. And what is next is Pride. He will put vulnerability on you the moment you enter next node. When you enter this node, you will have vulnerability. So your only concern from previous fight is to have Roxanne's second skill ready. So you can remove that vulnerability and remove all the chance for them to make a crazy combo with it. You know how Pride is when he puts vulnerability, and then they can do damage based on your own HP, which is not nice. So yeah, you are aware before even you get here. You are aware that you will need to dispel vulnerability, and after that, this is easy. Now here we go. This is the last round. You can mess around here. You can't slow down. You can't, oh, I will play it slowly and keep my skills, make my skills ready for the next fight. You can't do it because you have two Tyruses here. You have Mirrodin, you have Reflect on him. It's nasty. So, but what do you do have? You can freely use all you want here. You can freely play, because the next node, there is no threat in first wave. This is nothing. Two Cutbats and two Dreverats, they are not a threat. But here is the problem. What players do? They play this node, and then they take a break. Their skills are not ready. They are not aware that in the next node, this is the recovery zone. This is the recovery chance. This is beautiful. This is heaven. So they finish previous node, and then they go to the break. And then some other clan member takes this node and proceeds, if it's possible, straightforward. And then you come back from the break and you have this special effect arena where you have to be ready and your pants are down. Your skills are not ready only because you didn't use the chance to plan ahead to recover yourself here. Okay? So that is mistake, or should we say opportunity to be aware of how to plan ahead and how to play around all of this. So either I will do both of these nodes. I will do this one. It will end up messy. I will end up with not ready skills. I will make sure, if possible, to have Roxanne's second skill. I will come here. Roxanne's second skill will protect me from slow, from poisons, from whatever, and that's it. There is no damage here, there is no threat here. I will slowly recover all of my skills, and I will make myself ready, and I will slow down here, and again make sure that this time I'm ready for next node. So as you can see, sometimes you can afford to be not ready, and sometimes you cannot afford it. So you must be aware, you must plan ahead, and you'll be just fine. You see? So now you can compare the game and the results of players who are aware of those four things, and you can compare it to the results of players who are not aware of it. And I'm telling you, I'm positive that the majority of our player base are not aware of all 4 things here on the list. So someone somewhere is, how to say, lacking power. They are not using everything that it is available to them. And then it feels like it's hard, which it is. I agree, it's not easy, but it's harder than it needs to be if you're not aware of those things. Okay, so in my next video, I will play with Cloud Wanderers. I'll put all of this in practice, and as you can see, I'll do it in average account. This account is not ready, for my taste at least. It is not ready to play on difficulty 1. And by the way, I don't even want to be in this clan. I'm here just covering empty spots. So if you want to play in top 50 clan, if you are ready for difficulty 1, here is the Discord link. Contact us and I will kick myself from the clan and I will make space for you so I can play somewhere easier. So, as you can see, my Cloud Wanderers, they are not the greatest, they are not the worst either. They're okay. Astoria is my strongest one. She gets the job done. So if you think about who to invest, where to invest first, who will I improve first to the gear 14 or gear 15, whatever you have in plan. In my opinion, Astoria gets the job done and everyone else is supporting her to get her turns faster. So she is my number 1. Even though she's not crazy good here in this account, she's number 1. As you can see, everyone else is just average. Ramford, average. Medallion, nothing special. Capfade doesn't have medallion, beautiful. Ever, nothing, only 30 level. And Roxanne, no medallion. They're okay. They can play difficulty 1, but we cannot play with them like mindless brutes. We need strategy. So I will show it in the next video. Thank you for watching.